Good morning, students. Already we have started about the reactions of alkenes, chemical properties of alkenes. So now we'll continue that. Now the reaction, addition of water. Addition of water. So this is one of the alkene, ethene. When we add water, in presence of some acid is represented by the symbol H plus ion. H plus means the acid. So when alkene is added with water in presence of some acid, normally water do not undergo ionization if water is in pure form, but when we apply some acid, base or salt, then water undergo decomposition and produce H plus and OH minus ion. Water will decompose like this and it produce H plus ion and OH minus ion. Now that is why the H plus ion is added, acid is added for the ionization of this water. So when it produces H plus and OH minus ion, the hydrogen ion will join with one carbon and the OH minus ion will join with another carbon, and the double bond will be converted to single bond. So hydrogen will be added with this carbon and the OH will be joined with this carbon, and the double bond is converted to single bond. You will get one alcohol, and the name of this alcohol is ethanol. The organic compound which contain OH functional group, they are called alcohol. So since two carbon is present, that's why it is called ethanol. When alkene is added with water, you will get alcohol as the product. Similarly, this is another alkene which is called propene. When propene is added with water in presence of some acid, then here also water will form H plus ion and OH minus ion. But since this is unsymmetrical alkene, according to Markovnikov rule, the negative is added with that double bonded carbon atom which contain less number of hydrogen. That is why the OH minus ion will be joined with this carbon and the H plus ion will be joined with this carbon according to Markovnikov rule. So this one will be joined with OH and this one will be joined with hydrogen to produce CH3, and the double bond is converted to single bond, and the product you will get as propane 2-ol. Since this is unsymmetrical alkene, that's why Markovnikov rule is applicable here. This is symmetrical alkene, that's why Markovnikov rule is not applied there. So when alkene is added with water in presence of some acid, then it produces alcohol. So this is one type of addition reaction, and in addition reaction always double bond is converted to single bond. So these are the examples of addition reactions of alkene, and since alkene contain carbon-carbon double bond, due to presence of this carbon-carbon double bond, alkene shows maximum addition reaction, and in addition reaction these unsaturated compounds are converted to saturated compound. So these are the examples of addition reaction. Now we will do some oxidation reactions of alkene. Some oxidation reactions of alkenes. There are different types of oxidation. Number A, complete oxidation. Complete oxidation with oxygen. Complete oxidation with oxygen. Suppose this is alkene. When you burn with oxygen, then it produces carbon dioxide and water. To balance it, you have to put 2 here and you have to put 2 here, then the reaction will be balanced, and that's why I have put 3 here to balance the reaction. Normally any hydrocarbon, when you burn to it oxygen, then it produces carbon dioxide and water. Like alkane also, alkane when reacts with oxygen, it also produces carbon dioxide and water. Like that way, alkene also produce carbon dioxide and water when you burn with oxygen. So this is one of the oxidation. And second oxidation, number B, oxidation with Bayer's reagent. Bayer's reagent. Actually, this is one of the reagent which is called Bayer's reagent. Now, first thing you have to know what is Bayer's reagent. Bayer's reagent means cold, dilute, alkaline. Alkaline means basic. Cold, dilute, alkaline solution of potassium permanganate KMnO4 is called the Bayer's reagent. Cold, dilute, alkaline solution of potassium. The solution should be cold, it should be dilute one, and the solution should be basic in nature. Then that potassium permanganate solution is called the Bayer's reagent. So if the question asks what is Bayer's reagent, then you have to write cold, dilute, alkaline solution of potassium permanganate is called Bayer's reagent. And in presence of this Bayer's reagent, when you do oxidation of alkene, you know potassium permanganate, here manganese is present, and manganese is one of the transition metal, and transition metal always produce colored compound. That is why potassium permanganate is one of the colored compound, and it shows pink color. Now, when you do oxidation of alkene in presence of this Bayer's reagent, then the pink color of potassium permanganate disappears, and this reaction is used as a test for unsaturation. Suppose this is one of the alkene, CH2 double bond CH2. When you do oxidation means nothing, since it is dilute, that's why I have added water. When you do oxidation, this is the symbol of oxidation, addition of oxygen in presence of Bayer's reagent. Then the alkene is converted to alcohol like this, and the name of this alcohol is, since 2 carbon present, that's why it is called ethane 1,2 diol. One alcohol will produce, that is called ethane 1,2 diol, and due to formation of this, the pink color of potassium permanganate disappears in this reaction, and this disappearance of color is carried out only by unsaturated compound, the compound which contain double bond or triple bond. That is why when a hydrocarbon is given to you, and if you want to confirm it that your hydrocarbon is saturated or unsaturated, then you can apply this reaction. If the hydrocarbon is unsaturated, when you apply Bayer's reagent, then the pink color of potassium permanganate disappears. Then the compound is unsaturated compounds. But if the compound is saturated, if it contains carbon-carbon double bond, single bond, then when you apply Bayer's reagent, then the potassium permanganate pink color will not be disappeared. So that is why this reaction is used as a test for unsaturation. Whether a compound is saturated or unsaturated. To find out that, you can carry out this reaction. So this reaction is called oxidation of alkene in presence of Bayer's reagent. Now, number C, which is called oxidation with ozone O3. This is one of the alkene, ethene. When you add ozone O3, as you know, ozone contains 3 oxygen atoms. All these 3 oxygen atoms will join with alkene, and how they join with alkene? At the position of double bond, all the 3 oxygen atoms will be joined, and they will be joined with like this. This is CH2. You can write this CH2 like this. This is CH2, and this is another CH2. You can write like this. So in this position, the double bond is present. At the position of double bond, the double bond will finish, and at the position of double bond, all the 3 oxygen atoms of ozone will join like this. It forms a cyclic compound, and this compound is called ozonide compound. It forms an ozonide. So when alkene is added with ozone, then all the 3 oxygen atoms of ozone joined at the position of double bond like this way, which is called ozonide. After formation of this ozonide, this is unstable compound. When you apply zinc and water and some amount of heat is required, then the ozonide will break and it will convert it to some another compound. And how it will break? This bond will come from this to this position. I mean, this bond will break, and here it will form the double bond. This bond will transfer from this to this position. I mean, this bond will break, and here you will get one double bond, and this bonded electron goes towards this oxygen. So when this single bond will be converted to double bond, since this bond and this bond breaks, so this will separate out. You will get the product like this: HCH double bond O. Like this you will get the product. And similarly this side, this bond break, that's why this also separate out. Another you will get HCH double bond O, and this oxygen joined with zinc to produce zinc oxide as the product. I mean, since both the products are same, and this is what, this is nothing, this is your CHO functional group is present, that's why these are aldehyde. Since both are same, you can write like this way also. 2 aldehydes will produce, and side product will be zinc oxide. And this is nothing, this is called methanol. I mean, 2 molecules of methanol you will get as the product. So when alkene is added with ozone, then produce a cyclic compound like ozonide, and when this ozonide is added with zinc and water, then it will convert it to some aldehyde in this way. Similarly, this is another alkene which is called propene. When propene is added with ozone, then at the position of the double bond, the 3 oxygen atoms join like this. Like this they will join. Then you have to apply zinc water and heat. Then here also this type of breaking takes place, and you can break like this way also. This part will comes out, this part will comes out, and this oxygen combine with zinc to produce zinc oxide, and this carbon oxygen bond will be converted to double bond. I mean, this one you will get CH3CHO as the product, CH3CHO, and this one you will get HCHO, and this oxygen combine with zinc to produce zinc oxide. This is said to be ethanol, this is said to be methanol. I mean, 2 different products you will get. So ethanol and methanol you will get as the product. Here both the products are same, that's why I have written like this. And here these 2 products are different. One contain 2 carbon, one contain 1 carbon. That is why you will get 2 different products. So when alkene is added with ozone, then you will get some aldehydes, or you may get some ketone also.